Hello, Cherries. Welcome to Live Cherries Sunday, episode 85. In today's video, I'm going to give you a beginner blues guitar lesson with 3 soloing tips. And tip number 1 is going to be how to figure out a 1-4-5 progression in any key. And tip 2 will be a 12-bar blues progression. And tip 3 will be focusing in on vibrato, intonation, and string bending, and the technique involved with your hand, with your wrist to do that properly. So let's get into just a little bit of playing. I have a loop here with a 12-bar blues in A, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I have the comment section off. A second here. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is playing a 1-4-5 in any key. So if you're in the key of E, which we're in the key of A, if you're in the key of E, you could just take your hand and count. The musical alphabet is only A through G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it loops over and over again. So if you want to figure out a 1-4-5 in E, here's E, F, G, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have E, F, G, A, and B. So E, A, and B is your 1-4-5 in the key of E. Do the same thing in the key of A, B, C, D, E. So you have A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, and E is 5. So your 1-4-5 in A is A, D, and E. So you could figure that out in any key. So today we're gonna work in A, and so that's just one way you can easily figure out a 1-4-5. Now, if we want to put together a blues progression, a 12-bar blues progression in the key of E, and key of A, we could do a 4 bars of A. So count it in like a shuffle beat. 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2. 3, 4. Go to the 4 chord. 5, 6. I'm counting the measures. 7. Back to the A. 8. 9 on the 5 chord. 10 on the 4 chord. 11 on the 1 chord. 12. So on the 12th measure, you have the 1 chord for a half of measure and the 5 chord for half a measure. So it's 4 bars on the 1 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're on the 5 chords. 2 bars on the 5 chord. 2 bars, back on the 1 chord. 1 bar on the 5 chord. 1 bar on the 4 chord. 1 bar on the 1 chord. And then half a bar, and half a bar on the 5. All right, so that's a very typical 12-bar blues progression. And okay, so we got that. Now let's focus on the next and the most important part here, and that's the scale that we can use over this. So if I put over on this camera right here, and I give you this minor pentatonic scale, it's a very common scale here that you could use over this whole progression. And what's cool about this is that you could play just these notes, these 5 notes, and this is a 2-octave scale right here. Right there, and it starts again. So it's really 5 notes, pentatonic, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the A, C, D, E, and G, right there. And then once again. So you can play just these notes over all 3 chords, and they sound great. But what we want to focus on is we want to land on the root notes of each chord. So if you're on the A, you kind of want to play over the A. And this is just the starter. You don't have to do this, but it's a good practice to know, what notes are safe to land on and to play around with. When it's on the 1 chord, you play all the A's. When it's on the 4 chord, the D, play the D notes of there. And then the A. When it goes to the E chord, play the E of the pentatonic scale. To the D. Right? Okay. And I'm going to show you the 4th position of the minor pentatonic scale, which is not, it's not really, I don't have the graph for it, sorry. But it's really just up here. And I think it's just important if there's 5 positions of the pentatonic scale. And I made a video on that, and I'll put it in my description, so you can check that out later. But I'm only going to show 2 of them right now. There's this one that we just played. And then there's another one, the 4th position, which is up here. You just slide up to where the A is on the A string, right here. And starting on the E, it would be like this. So it's really the same notes. So check this out right here. Here. The same thing. Only it's just you're playing it up here. It's a different sound because you're in a different part of the neck. And you may find yourself up here. And you can extend it, which you can't do here. So it's really cool. I love this position right here too. This position. So we're going to work on just those 2. But the thing is, the most important part of this is that, you have the right technique here. You want to have the right intonation, which means when you play in notes, you want it to be in tune as possible. And just because you're hitting the note doesn't mean that it's actually in tune. A lot of people will hit the string and they don't even know it, but they're bending a little sharp on the string. So you want to just lay your finger down flat on the note and give it a little vibrato. And the vibrato could be just based on the tempo of the music you're playing. You don't even have to really even give it vibrato right away. You could just hit it. Then you can determine if you want a faster vibrato or a slower vibrato. And number 2 would be bending the strings in tune. If you wanted to hit an A, and you want to bend up to it, you want to make sure that you're bending up to the proper note. So if you're enjoying this video, please tap the like button, hammer on the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, all that groovy stuff. And yeah, that's fun. So we're working on this, and all the bends that you do should be, let's see, what did I do here? Yeah. Oh, I still have that graph up there. That graph won't go away. So all the bends that you do should be focused like that. Like even if it's the E note right here. I want to take that note and bend up to it. Perfectly. And it's a good practice to hit the note. And one thing you can do also is when you take the third, which is the C, you could bend it up a little bit. So all the C's you could kind of micro bend. Even in this position. Here's the C. All right. So close that out for a sec. And thank you very much. Hopefully you're having a great Sunday. I'm still trying to get all caffeined out here. My Cherry mug. And I just put out a guitar course where I go really deep into all this stuff. It's called Guitar Essential Skills Collection for Guitar. And here's a picture of it. Looks kind of like that. For the course, you could check out the link to my course in the top of this description. So check that out after the video. And okay, so the whole thing is you want to just keep it simple. We'll play a 12-bar blues here that I created, and just start off keeping it real simple and focus on those really important things that I discussed, like vibrato, intonation, bending strings. Let's give it a shot. All right. So keeping it really simple, as you can see. And, focusing on landing on the root notes. I'm playing just the notes of the pentatonic scale. I'm moving around. I'm not really thinking of too much. And that's what's great about this scale is that, there's a million scales you could do. You can get really deep. And in my course, I go a little bit deeper into, playing the Mixolydian scales, and 3 of them over 3 different chords, which is cool. Hello, Carolyn. Sounding great. Thank you so much. I'll give you a round of applause. Thank you for hanging out with me here on Sunday. It's a beautiful Sunday here in Brooklyn, New York, Prospect Park. Where are you watching from, Carolyn? So, yeah, we're keeping it simple. And, one thing that happens a lot when you're playing and you're soloing is your hand can get really tense. And it could stiffen up a bit. So you just got to relax it, keep it relaxed. Make sure you're stretching properly before you play. And, one thing I want to discuss is when you're bending strings to, you don't really have to bend with your fingers. You should really bend with your wrist. Like when I bend up an A note here, I'm not using my fingers here. Like that. Like this. I'm locking on the note, and then I'm using my wrist to bend. I'm holding the note, and I'm turning my wrist. Like this. That way I have more control, because my wrist is stronger than my fingers. And when I bend the string, if I feel like I'm a little bit flat, like that, I could bend up more. So I hear that it's in. And I'm not concerned about, because at that point, your fingers are locked into the string. You don't have much control there. The only thing you really have is your wrist to wedge it up or down. So, and you can find yourself in lots of positions on the fretboard where, it might be hard to get to that position on your wrist, but try. Focus on that so that, even if you're over here and you want to bend up to an E, you could do the same thing. Grab the note before it, which is a C here, or bending up to a D. Like this. Especially if you want to do like minor third bends. Like this. You need all the strength you can that you have. So you want definitely use your wrist on this. I'm using my fingers and my wrist. All right. It's a beautiful day. Very beautiful day. What are you drinking today? From Valley Stream. I met some people last night from West Babylon, not West Babylon, from East Meadow. And I told them all about you guys and how I used to visit East Meadow a lot growing up. We were in Oyster Bay. We did a gig with Disco Unlimited, and a lot of people. We went to a birthday party afterward, and a lot of people there from around East Meadow area, which is really cool. It's like I came full circle with that. So, all right. So the whole thing is too on this blues stuff, while we're keeping it simple here, is we're just kind of playing. We're trying to land on the right notes. We're trying to hit the right notes. We're trying to really put in the feel here, and the best way to really sound good is just to focus on these really simple things. You don't have to be like blazing fast. The speed will come, but me personally, I don't care how fast you are. If you don't really land on the right notes and you don't have the right feel and touch, then it's really not interesting to me. So, those are really the essentials. Goes to D, I'm just playing D. In this position. All right. See, sometimes you just got to go for it. So, all right. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that groovy stuff. And all right, so we're playing the blues. It's Sunday. It's a beautiful Sunday here in Brooklyn, New York. How's the weather over there in Valley Stream? And wherever you are in the world right now. Where are you watching from? Japan, China, Argentina? So, another thing I want to show you real quick, this will be the last part, is that don't just kind of be stuck on these positions right here. Or this one. Oh. Think of the pentatonic scale as just 5 notes, really anywhere on the neck. If you see an A note, you have the pentatonic scale right there. Right there. If I play an A here, there's an A pentatonic scale here. If I play an A here, A pentatonic scale here. Here, it's here. Here's one. Or here's one going this way. So wherever there is. Now, knowing that, you could play the 12-bar blues with those pentatonic positions that I just played all over the neck. Hello, Tom G. Late to the blues party. It's all right. Better late than never. Thank you, Tom G. Hopefully you're doing all right. Having a great Sunday today. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And so, we're just playing the pentatonic scale, and I showed 2 positions, up there and over here. But really, this last part of it is kind of just playing the 5 notes, the interval, knowing the intervals of this scale. The second note's a minor third away. Then you have a fourth, a fifth. And that's really important to know in music, is just knowing what the intervals are. This is a minor third. That's a fourth. That's a fifth. That's a seventh. So if you know just those intervals, the minor third, the fourth, the fifth, the seventh. Same thing up here. The third, fourth, fifth, seventh. Right here. The third, fourth, fifth, seventh. Here. The third, fourth, seventh, fifth, fourth. So I'm really just floating through the different positions. Now, if you're playing the 1-4-5 blues, when it goes to the D chord, I know where the D note is in that any one of those positions I just played. Like if I played it here, I know that the D's right here. If I played it here, there it is right there. If I played it here, it's right there. Right there. And when it goes to the 5 chord, the E, it's the 5. So it's the 5th of A. There's the E right there. Goes A. It's right there. It's right here. Or, so watch, we'll play along with it. We'll play that position. We'll play the A minor pentatonic scale all over the neck. Not thinking of positions, but thinking of, okay, well, it's just 5 notes around the A that I'm playing on. Check it out. Here's one A here. The D's right here. A up here. Delay on. That's the D. Here's the E. See how fun that is? When you're free of the positions and the scales and all that stuff, you just kind of have fun with it. And that's just one scale. Everything that I just played was just 5 notes. And that was the A minor pentatonic scale over the blues. People make a living off of that. People became guitar legends playing just that. That's simple stuff, but they just do it over and over again. And that is really the beginning, the essentials of playing. What I mean by that is focusing on the simplicity. The simplicity of it, like just hitting one note, just letting it sustain. All right. Having way too much fun today. So, all right, if you have any questions about this stuff, please let me know. Definitely love to answer any questions. And let me know, what are some of the things that you struggle with when you're playing the blues? Any questions, about, any of the stuff I'm doing today? But really, what I'd like to know is, when you're playing the blues, what is it that you're struggling with, and what is it that you'd like to know so that you could possibly get better and take it to the next level? So let me know in the comment section. All that good stuff. And I post a new video every week. I go live every Sunday, like I'm doing now, at 1:00. And if you have any ideas of what you'd like me to do and give lessons on, please let me know. Let me know in the comment section. It'd be really, really cool to know. And so enjoy the rest of your Sunday, guys. Thanks for spending some time with me. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you, Tom G. I'll give you another round of applause. Check out my lesson, my course that I just came out with. It's called Essential Skills Collection for Guitar. I put a link right at the top of my description. And I go into fretboard memorization, so you can just memorize the notes easily all over the neck. And I go into the circle of fifths, which is basically we come up with all kinds of chord progressions that way, and introduction to the blues, and I go deeper into the blues. So really, really cool. Let's see. Tom asks, is it legit to roll across the 2 in the blues? The 2 IN? What is that? To roll across the 2 IN. You have to rephrase that. Or write down. I'm not sure what that means. Across, is it the second? What are you trying to say? The second in the scale in the blues? Is it legit to roll across the 2, the scale in the blues? What do you mean by that? Is it legit to roll across the second? The 2, or maybe the 2 in the scale. The 2 notes in the scale, pentatonic, before the flat third. Okay. The 2 notes in the pentatonic before the flat third. Well, the thing is, you can, but it's not in the pentatonic scale. In this case, in A minor, as you'll see here on the you probably know this already. I'll just mention it anyway in case just camera angle over here. If you see the scale, you'll see that it jumps right from the 1 to the 3rd, the flat 3, then the 4, and the 5, and the 7. So there really is no 2 in the pentatonic scale. But what's really cool is it's totally legit if it's this type of feel, which more than likely it is going to be like this kind of feel. And you could put it in there. You're almost like playing, you're getting closer to a full scale. Is what's happening. Because, a full scale would be 7 notes. Pentatonic scale is 5. You're adding 1, so that's 6. So you're just leaving out 1 note. But that's cool too. Because, you could totally emphasize stuff with that. Like here's an example of it. Yeah, that's what you meant. It's like this. So instead of playing... you could play this note. Land on it too if you want. Played all over the place. The second. You can do it on the D too. The second of the D. That would be E. You can't do it on the E. So that's really, really good. I'm glad you brought that up, Tom G, because you're introducing another note now, which is really cool because you want to keep it simple. You want to make the pentatonic sound good. And once you get that, then throw in the extra note because then you're really showing more of the scale. There's other choices you could do instead of that second. You could do a flat 3 if you wanted to. It would sound a little bit more Spanish. It would be really, you'd be playing the Phrygian scale at that point. It would sound like this. Right? Instead of doing, it would be like this. You know what I mean? right, that was fun. Incorporating the Phrygian mode into the blues like that. But you said play the second. Well, there's a second. Keeping the pentatonic scale simple. And then incorporating just one more note, like you said, the second. It's totally legit. You know, sometimes we're not emphasizing the minor third. So that's what's weird about the second in there. You would do like a, you know? Because I take the minor third and I bend it up a little. You know? So you're playing just basically a minor scale here. Only you're not playing the sixth. That's the only note that's left that would make it a scale, would be the sixth degree, whether it's minor or major in there. If you played this, it's a Dorian scale now. You know? But I like that Phrygian second right there. Actually, it's more like a... Spooky. I dig it. Well, anyway, thank you for bringing that up, Tom G. Really, really cool, because I don't do that very often, and now I do, because it sounds cool. All right. So remember, be cool, be kind, be cherry. Enjoy the rest of your week, your Sunday. Have a great new week coming up. Have a great time. Thanks for hanging out with me, Tom G, Carolyn. You guys are the best. And if you want to go deeper into the blues, I'm going to put a video up right there. So check that out when you get some time. All right? Peace out, guys. I'll see you. Rock and roll.